of it. So L bracket in each corner, screw the top on, and another quick video when we get to it. Just assembling the top of the base unit. Again, it sits on the inner rim like so, so it slops down the side. Obviously the top indicated by the US Pro logo. Yeah, so 3 nuts and bolts in each corner, L bracket, and the outer shell is assembled. Right, just assembling the smaller part of the smaller cupboard unit on the set. Again, L bracket in the corner. This is the base, obviously, where the legs attach, or feet, whatever you'd like to call them. Obviously, that's the front of the base unit there for the hole. Same thing with the L brackets in each corner, 3 bolts. Pretty standard setup, really. Right, the frame is now set up. Should be just a case of obviously front cupboards and back panels, but this is how she should be looking. We haven't tightened it yet, so it's looks slightly offset, but I'm sure it'll level up when we tighten the nuts. Yeah, so obviously magnets at the front, ready for the back panels to screw on. So another few minutes we should be done. This is much quicker than the drawer unit, but yeah, pretty straightforward stuff. Right, attached the top of the cupboard unit to the wall panels. It actually, if you look, it slots inside of the walls rather than overlap. It just sits inside, so it's nice. It's a nice tidy finish when it's finished. Obviously we've got some more nuts and bolts to put in, but that's how your frame should be looking once you've got top, bottom and sides on. Magnets at the front, and it's just hopefully once we've got these pieces together, a matter of attaching the doors, the back panels, and one complete cupboard. Another video in a few minutes. What we've discovered helps is when assembling the top of the unit, to obviously put sort of a bolt in this corner and then a bolt in the far away corner on the other side, so as it holds itself in place. It's easier to put the rest of the bolts in once it's sort of held like that, because you can see it sort of moves about a little bit and you're messing about with it. So it's easier just to do 2 opposite corners on each side, and then that kind of keeps it in place. Also probably best for an extra set of hands just to help hold it in place while you do that. When attaching the back panels, the same applies. Put the top screws in first, and again at the bottom, before you put the side screws in, because that just pulls it into place in order for you to line it up good. Okay. Attaching the feet, simple process. 4 holes, adjustable foot, so if it's on uneven surface you can make it level. Quite simple. 4 holes at the base, 4 holes there, and that's your finished product there. Very simple to attach. Right, now I'm just going to attach the top unit to the bottom unit. As we go inside, you can't really see the camera, but anyway, there's four holes in the ceiling of the bottom box, and they should screw directly into the base of the top. So I'll do another short video in a minute, which might shed some more light on it, hopefully. So just a short instructional video. We've got the 2 pieces going to go together now. We've just got to put the screws in. Couple of things to make note of when screwing in the back panels. On the taller unit, which happens to be the top unit, you get 2 bigger panels and 1 smaller panel. The smaller panel goes at the top. We thought in the middle, but it's not. It's you've got obviously the bigger panel at the bottom, then you've got another panel at there, and then the smaller one of the 3 goes there on the top. But it fits together quite well, and yeah, that's kind of how it looks when assembled. Right, this is the complete base unit with obviously the feet attached. You'll notice on top of the unit you've got 4 holes. And this is the taller cabinet which sits on top of the base unit, and you can see here across the bottom you've sort of got this inch by inch square tube with 4 holes, so that's where they attach together. So you go inside of the base unit, screw up through the 4 holes into the base of this, and that attaches the two units together. Also, when attaching the doors, you've got sort of in the bottom there sort of a pin that comes up through into the bottom of the door, and then at the top there's another one which is spring loaded. So you push the top one down, goes into place, pops up into place, and that's your door hinge fitted. Quite a simple system really. Shouldn't be too testing, hopefully. Yeah, so that's it. There you go, base unit fully assembled. Feet attached. Quite good really. Back panels in place. Ready to use. Really good quality, really pleased with it. That's the 4 screws, 1 in each corner that holds the top unit to the base. Quite simple, easy to attach really. Right, just going to assemble the centre smaller units that go across the top of the workstation in between the 2 longer cupboards. You've got your roll cabinets underneath and then these cupboards above it, so to speak, in between a splashback. This is the base. They're small cupboards, they're just sort of like wall cupboards, I suppose you'd call them. How to indicate the base from the top is obviously US Pro logo, so this is at the bottom on this unit, and then obviously you've got your corner pieces that sort of your door hinge there, that's what your door sits on. So these are a much smaller unit. It's basically that. Door, short wall cabinet. Yeah, so when we get a little bit further on, another short video. Right, short wall cabinets. Assembly, again with the L brackets in each corner. Each corner, so they go up through like that. Like that, and that. There. Now on this, there's sort of 8 holes. Right, this is the side panel to the unit. Each piece on the front you have 4 holes. On the rear you have 8. That indicates the back of the side panel to make it easier. I think both sides are interchangeable because they're completely mirror image on both sides. So it's a case of just slotting it into place there, and then you've got 3, 6 nuts and bolts, 3 for each corner. It'll be the same on the top. When we get a little bit further into the assembly of it, we'll do another little short video to see the progress. Right, this is the side panel to the unit. Each piece on the front you have 4 holes. On the rear you have 8. That indicates the back of the side panel to make it easier. I think both sides are interchangeable because they're completely mirror image on both sides. So it's a case of just slotting it into place there. And then you've got 3, 6 nuts and bolts, 3 for each corner. It'll be the same at the top. When we get a little bit further into the assembly of it, we'll do another little short video to see the progress. Right, short wall cupboards. So pretty much halfway through, quite simple, really easy to put together. Obviously just six bolts, 6 nuts and bolts, 3 in each corner, 4 L brackets, and I suppose a repeat of that on the top section. Lid on. Very, very straightforward, very, very easy. These are the short wall cabinets, nearly assembled, tops on. Just needs the back panel putting on, and obviously the doors. This is something I haven't mentioned on any of the other videos, I don't think, so I'll just do a little something about that now. There's on every unit, big and small, it's got 2 holes at the top and 2 holes at the bottom. It's just basically one of these star screw heads through with a nut on the back side, just to keep basically the top panel tight with the lid, base, etc. Yeah, but go together quite easily. These wall units, really impressed with how simple they are. Short wall cabinet, fully assembled. Probably the easiest part of the set to assemble. Very straightforward. 4 sides. Yeah, well, yeah, 4 sides and the door. This is just another short video really about attaching the back panels. As I said in previous videos, just obviously attach the top and the bottom first. But also I failed to mention, when attaching back panels, leave the actual corner units just finger tight, not too tight, because obviously there's no movement in the box, so it makes it more difficult to line the screws up. So and then once the back panel's in, obviously then you line your box up and then just tighten your corners up to where you need them to be. Short wall cabinet, fully assembled. Really quite easy to do. Probably the easiest piece of the actual set. Straightforward. Pleased with the I'm really pleased with the quality of these sets. I mean, the double panel doors, really well constructed, really strong when it's finished. So yeah, good sets. Right, this is our completed unit. Really pleased with the quality of it. These units here, the small wall units, do have to be attached to the wall, and the back mesh panels also have to be attached to the wall. We've just built sort of a wooden frame behind and attached it to that, but ideally it needs to be attached to a wall. And also the centre units are on casters, but they've got 2 turning casters on one end and 2 solid casters on the other, non-turning casters on the other end. So what we've done is, those attached to the wall, these are freestanding, the larger units on the end. So ideally they could be sort of a few millimetres set away from the top cabinets. We've set them flush, which does make it a little bit tight to get the centre units out. So ideally, once assembled, probably the end units, like I say, a few mil to the right and to the left, just to give the centre units. If you're going to use it for that, taking the centre units out, moving them about for any reason, then ideally, yeah, it needs to have a little bit more breathing space than we've give it. But apart from that, pretty good unit. I'm pretty pleased with it, and I hope this video helps, and all the other videos in putting this beast together. Let's see how things go.